Hey guys, today I want to start a new series and I'm gonna call it It's So Easy Even Josh or Lewis Can Do It. This is Josh, my oldest son, and this is Lewis, Jada's friend and our adopted son. He's been on the show before doing the baked custard. Now, we want to have fun with this. Lewis and Josh, they don't know how to cook. Joshua knows how to do like his breakfast, you know, cracking eggs, stuff like that. And so we're gonna do easy recipes, and whichever boy I can grab. Sometimes it'll be just Josh that can do the show for me. Sometimes Lewis will be here doing it, or sometimes it'll be both. Okay, so today I'm lucky to have both, and we're actually gonna do a Nutella mud cake in a mug, and it's gonna be absolutely awesome. I have all the ingredients here on the counter for them, and I'm just gonna be serving as a director today. All right?
And a ref.
You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. Alright guys, so it's really easy to make this recipe, alright? And first of all, I'm going to give a shout out to David Chilcott from the One Pot Chef Show. I asked him for permission to do this recipe because he did it first on his show and it came out so awesome, and he granted me permission to go ahead and do this. So shout out to David at One Pot Chef Show.
Thank you.
I want these young men to know that this recipe calls for self-rising flour, but I never have that in the Bear Pantry kitchen. So I always have all-purpose or cake flour, so we're going to use all-purpose, but let's see how we make it into self-rising. First of all, here, and both sets of ingredients are the same, okay? We're starting off with 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and how we're going to make it self-rising is going to put a little bit of baking powder in and a pinch of salt. And it's only going to be 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and I didn't measure it and put it in here yet because I want to show them how to measure that, okay? So let's begin. All right, Lewis and Josh, start with your flour and dump it in your mug. Now, normally for this recipe, we wouldn't have all these bowls measured out because we just use the one mug, so it'd be an easy clean. You can get your hands in there if you have to get all the flour out. All right, so next thing I want you guys to do, there's some salt in here. Grab a pinch, but a small pinch.
Just a wee bit.
A pinch.
All right.
And we're only doing the salt because the flour is not self-rising, okay?
So the salt makes it rise, huh?
Well, the baking powder and I guess the salt does something to it too.
Okay.
I don't know
Chemistry.
I don't know this math and chemistry. So let me show you guys how to measure baking powder. See how the baking powder has this flat edge? It's not all the way open.
Right.
It's just your guide. So you dip up a whole lot and then you use that to scrape off the top.
Oh, neat.
I never knew that for years and years and years. Okay, and I've been cooking forever. So
Convenient.
1/4 for you, Lewis,
Okay.
and 1/4 for Josh.
Okay.
All right. So we took care of the flour over there. So now let's continue to dump.
All right.
Dump your sugar.
All right.
Here's your sugar.
To make it all
And it's 4 tablespoons of sugar.
Okay.
And then the next thing, dump your cocoa powder.
Cocoa powder.
Mm-hmm.
And it is in.
All right. And we have to go ahead and crack the eggs.
Okay.
And Lewis says you're not really good at cracking eggs,
Not
right?
really. I always
Okay,
got the
Josh, look at how
shells
Josh does. Josh makes his breakfast all the time. Take a look at that. See if that's easy for you. No, that's not too easy for me to do.
That's
I'll be honest.
right
I've
there.
been cooking for like 28 years. It's not easy for me to do. So this is what I do. I take a knife and I do it that way. That way you don't get the shell, okay? So if you can't do the edge of the bowl thing with one hand, all that, do what you can do, all right? It's at your level. All right, so go ahead and dump the egg in and don't break it up yet, okay? Just dump it in.
Okay.
Egg in.
There we go.
All right. Then go ahead and put your oil and your milk.
All right.
And there's no sequence to how it goes except I put all the dry first, then egg, then I put all the way. See how Josh was doing both at the same time?
Yeah.
Lewis is doing it his way. So no secret thing to it, okay?
No precise.
I'll make sure I have everything. All right, now we're going to measure the Nutella.
Okay.
And I'm not a great fan of Nutella. I've tried it once. I didn't really care for it, but I think it'll taste good in the cake. So just go ahead and use the knife right here to measure.
Okay.
And we're going to use, I believe it's 3 tablespoons. Yeah. So that's not a whole tablespoon. You want to fill it up some more. So go ahead and do that. And then we'll be right back when you guys have measured out your 3 tablespoons of Nutella.
Okay, scoop it back up. Scoop it back up.
Oh my goodness. Jada didn't have the camera rolling. Wait, Josh, wait, Josh. Scoop it back in there. The counter's clean. Get your mug. See? The knife was in the thingy and he spilled.
The hazards of cooking.
But this is what you do when you're cooking. You don't throw away nothing. The counter is clean to start with.
As long as it doesn't hit the floor, it's good.
Right.
10-second rule.
10 seconds. Oh goodness, I thought it was like 3 seconds,
I
right?
think it's 5.
5?
Depends how long it was on the floor.
That's
Hold the
good,
mug
right?
there. Hold the mug there. Let me get this.
Louis,
Okay,
what
hold the mug.
with this?
All right, so Louis,
Now you see why I don't cook.
you guys would think we had that plan.
That's why they invented this segment.
Right? There you go. We're not professionals. I am not professional.
Jada, it's not like I didn't warn the viewers that. Josh, let me get you cleaned up.
Yeah.
How many pieces do you have? I mean, how many
I put
tablespoons?
1 in so far.
1 in, okay, so there
How
we
far
go.
are you,
Second.
Louis?
I did my thing.
You gotta wait on the 3rd, man.
And the Nutella is kind of kicking their butts because the Nutella is like baking, like peanut butter.
It's sticky. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at my shirt.
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay. So back to the 3 tablespoons of Nutella, guys.
So Louis is done with his 3 tablespoons.
Louis has been here before, okay?
I'm the breakfast guy. That's what I do. I cook
Joshua does
eggs.
egg and ham.
I cook
and
eggs
bacon.
and bacon. That's my
And
skill.
bacon. Oh, you can cook rice. Don't
Yeah.
forget that. He can cook rice on the stovetop or
No.
in the rice cooker.
But most of the rice cooker now. It's such it's best
So
invention
easy to do
ever.
it in the rice
Best
cooker, right?
invention ever.
So are you guys having fun at these?
Oh yeah, I love them.
The smell.
All right, Louis. So you're ahead of Joshua. Go
Okay.
ahead and use your fork and stir it up. Try not to get mess on your clothes.
Of course, you don't want to get dirty.
So you're gonna stir it into a batter.
I already got mess on my clothes. Oh,
Put it-
I love these
Put it
pants
so
too.
Jada can see you.
Oh yeah.
Cooking
Jada,
is
see you.
hard.
No. Don't
Oh.
beat. It's stir.
Beat.
Like a witch.
Shake and not stir. Louis.
No, you want stirred, Mom. You want stirred.
All right.
Now we're cooking.
Oh, that's looking pretty good, Louis. Okay, Josh, you keep going. Let me get this mess out your way.
Thank you.
My egg is persistent. Look at it. It will not.
Yeah.
Stir like a man, Joshua.
I was trying to be gentle. I failed at pastries in home ec.
Home
Yeah. I was
Okay, let me tell you guys a story. Joshua took home ec in high school, but he totally took it just so he could eat good food
and sleep.
and sleep or draw. He
was-
really didn't cook anything, but he brought me the recipes. He brought all the recipes to me.
Yeah, I was TA and I only did stuff when it was fun stuff.
Exactly. Only the
Okay,
nice
Louis, yours
bits
is
to
ready,
it.
my darling.
Oh,
So
great.
get it scraped off. You can put your fingers if your hands are clean. Well, that's your cake, so do whatever you want to do with your
Eat at your own
You
mercy.
could clean up the fork and just stick it in one of those bowls.
Cool.
And while Joshua works on his, Louis and I are going to head over to the microwave. Okay, Louis? Go ahead. I think the microwave is kind of off. All right, there we go. So now we're going to put it on 1.5 minutes. It might have to go for 2, but my microwave is 1200 watts or kilowatts or whatever you call it. So we're going to do 1.5 minutes
Okay.
and check on it, okay? 1 minute 30 seconds. Use my little. What do you think, Jada? Think we should give it that extra 30? 30 more?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, 30 more for 2 minutes, okay? Total of 2 minutes. Jada is looking like Little Red Riding Hood over here. And she's the one running camera for us today. And it's a load of us in the kitchen having fun. Josh was cleaning up his mess. You guys think that was planned, but it totally was so unplanned. Always remember to use the oven mitts.
Yeah, it looks way
That's
better.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Okay, let's set it to cool down while Joshua cooks his.
I'm about to let some sparks fly.
Jada was like, take your fork out. That's a warning to you guys, okay? Take the fork out.
It's fine, just leave it in there. It makes pretty sparks. Do I need to cover it?
No, just put it for 2 minutes.
Alright. I thought it was 3 minutes.
2.
It's 2 minutes. 2, okay.
We did 1.5, then 30.
Okay.
You tested
2
it out.
minutes. 2 minute cake.
Well, I absolutely had a lot of fun doing this because Joshua made it so funny. The cameras weren't rolling when he spilled, but we turned it on shortly after, and he did not plan that spill. But that's what happens when you don't know how to cook, and it's okay. It's totally okay. For those of you who have never cooked, it's okay, no matter what your age is, okay? Just get in there, clean up the mess. If you make a messy, we scrape it back in the bowl. Look, it's none for the wear. It's beautiful the same way. Remember the white one was Lewis's, right? And this is Josh.
Yep.
And Lewis is going to serve his with ice cream. Of course, vanilla ice cream would have been better, some whipped cream. And Joshua wants it straight up because Joshua can't do too much sweet. He says his heart feels like it's going to stop. So, before they taste, I want to say thank you again to David from the One Pot Chef for allowing me to do his recipe, for allowing us to do the recipe. I did all the directing today, right?
Yeah.
And I want to thank these two young men for coming to the kitchen with me. I'm going to try to do this often. I'm not going to say once a month or once every 2 months, whenever I can grab them and I get an easy recipe. I'm going to pull them in here and we're going to do fun things like this, okay? So thanks for watching the video. If you like it, hit the thumbs up. Please share it for me with your friends and family.
Until we see you again.
Take care.
Take care. Line.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Take care.
Okay, taste, guys.
Alright.
It's hot, remember, blow.
Ooh.
Don't let mommy have to remind you guys to blow.
It's very fluffy.
It's hot, Josh.
It's fluffy.
Lewis, you tasted already? What are you thinking? Lewis is cool down first because he did his first.
It's really
That looks
fluffy.
so good.
Yeah, it does.
Really fluffy. It tastes better than some like professional cakes I've tasted. The texture wise, really nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for liking the video and subscribing. Please check out my other two channels, the product review channel, Bear Pantry Talk, and come have some fun with my family and me over at the vlog channel, Babs Bear Talk.